Hey there, Piper in the Hard Times, friends, family, music lovers, rock and roll enthusiasts, anybody out there watching. We haven't posted anything to our YouTube channel in quite some time, and it's kind of a cloudy, dreary, rainy Sunday afternoon here in Nashville, and we're getting ready to head out for a pretty good swing of shows over the next 2.5 weeks. We're going to be everywhere from Cincinnati to Pittsburgh to Syracuse for the New York State Blues Fest, the Bitter End in Manhattan, Hagerstown, Maryland, back to Nashville for a private event, a local gig out at this cool place in Leapers Fork. So, and then we can't forget our home away from home, kind of where everything started ramping up for us a few years ago. The WC Handy Fest also coming up here in June. So busy month, busy next stretch coming up for us. So we're excited about that. But what I thought I would do on this little video is talk to you about a guitar that I get asked about more than any that I've ever owned in my life. And I have an old Strat that my parents bought for me back when I was a teenager that I still have and was my main guitar forever. But back in 2020, when, the dreaded COVID hit, I started, recording a lot of things on my looper at home and writing songs that became a lot of Piper and the Hard Time stuff on our records. And anyway, experimenting and watching a lot of my local guitar heroes in particular, and just listening to the different sounds that you would get from a humbucker, mini humbucker style guitar, just different tones that I was so locked into just hearing a Strat for so long. And was never really a Les Paul guy. But as I started getting out and playing, I really liked the tone of a Gibson Firebird and Jazzmaster, just something different than that typical Strat Telly single coil sound. And I came across a video one day with this guitar on it. And little did I know they were actually made here in Nashville. But when I've been playing this since 2020. That's when I bought it. I bought it brand new. And I fell in love with it immediately when I saw it. And I bought this at a music store up in Clarksville. I think it's called like Mom and Pop's. I haven't been there in a long time, but Mom and Pop's Guitars. But anyway, I get asked every show I play. Guitar players usually will ask me, what is it? They love the tone, the looks and everything. Even non-guitar players, people just love the aesthetics of it and the looks. So I thought I would talk a little bit about it because it's so much a part of me. It's my main guitar that I play on stage, in addition to some other ones. But the brand on this guitar is Rivolta, and it's made by a guy named Dennis Fano, who is a legendary luthier, craftsman, designer of guitars. He's been doing this for 30 plus, 40 years, something like that. But he moved his shop, if I recall the story correctly, from California to Nashville and started making a really boutique line of guitars called Novo. And the Novo guitars that I've played are just spectacular works of art and sound amazing. Play incredible. They're just gorgeous to look at. They're also quite pricey, and deservedly so, when you ever get your hands on one. But he had this other line that he started producing called Rivolta, and very similar body designs, but he has the wood and the shape and the neck and everything cut from overseas. And anyway, this one particularly, when I researched it, saw some videos online, went to their showroom. Wes was kind enough to let me come in and meet him and check it out. And then we found one up in Clarksville, Tennessee, and that's where I went and got this. But what's really cool about it is, for one thing, it doesn't look like anything else. You see so many blues players playing, or any guitar players playing Les Pauls, Tellys, Strats, a lot of those incredibly great guitars for a reason. This one in particular, what I love about it is the body style is kind of a mishmash between a Gibson Firebird and a Fender Jazzmaster. And then the pickups are all kind of Gibson Firebird style. So they're mini humbuckers. They've got a really cool bite to them. And what's really cool is there's this really interesting pickup configuration. So I won't go into a ton of detail about this, but you've got a middle pickup on here that is controlled by this switch down here. So when the toggle switch is in a down position, then this switch up here functions exactly like a Gibson Les Paul, for example. So down is the bridge, all the way up is the neck, and in the middle are these two pickups working together. If you put this switch in the middle, it turns the middle pickup on for all of these combinations that you work here. But when it's in the down position, the middle pickup, I forgot to say that, the middle pickup is deactivated. When you take this switch and push it all the way to the top, flip it up, it disconnects this one, and only this one is on. So you've got lots and lots of different tone configurations out of this guitar. I mostly live on this pickup and this one here. So, you know, I do move around a little bit on this, but boy, there's so many different tones out of it. And did I say it looks really cool too? Yeah, it really does. So anyway, and the neck feels great. I haven't done anything to it since I've owned it. Not a thing. I should say I replaced the nut, which is not uncommon, and had a Tusk nut by my friend Joe Bavona, put that in so the strings slide through super easily, and it brightened up the sound a little bit. But anyway, so this is the that is just the bridge pickup. If I come up to the middle here, it gets definitely a little heavier, darker, but it has like a twang or a pop to it that I can't. So those are the two sounds I use the most. I've recorded with this guitar and actually did a couple country songs with it, because when you clean it up and get like in this position here where you've got the switch down and you've got the bridge, you got these two on right here, you can get kind of hard to hear because there's a little overdrive on the amp, probably more than would have been helpful to demonstrate this. But anyway, the Rivolta Mondata. I've got another Rivolta guitar. I'm going to show you real quick, but I won't go through it. Hang on. Nothing like, you know, professional quality videos produced out of the Eagon house. But anyway, but here's another really cool one. This is a Rivolta Combinata. Okay, so same neck, but with this one you've got P90 pickups in it, and these are the Fishman Fluence P90s. So there's a 9-volt battery under the pick guard here, so they're noiseless, and oh my God, they sound so good. And I'll play this one. This thing is smoking too. So anyway, love the Rivolta guitars. I also take out an SG with me that I love. That's a 2005 that I've had a little bit of work done on that, and that thing is smoking too. And anyway, so there you go. That's the guitars, the black and gold one, Rivolta. If you're a player, man, I urge you to check them out. You know, you don't really find them in stores. You got to get them online. And on the used market, they're really inexpensive. But that first one I showed you with the 3 Firebird pickups, to my knowledge, they stopped making it. So I don't know when they stopped, but I know you can't get that one anymore. So anyway, I hope this was somewhat enjoyable for you guitar nerds out there. Hopefully this didn't stretch out too long and put you to sleep. But I've just been hanging out, watching the rain come down today, and cleaning up after a party that we hosted at our house yesterday for my son and his fiance. So anyway, take care, everybody. Come see Piper in the Hard Times. Check us out. Look for us out on the road, and come up and say hi. All right, take care.